What's going on today, YouTubers? We're going to do another edition of Walking Review with a production knife today. It's a fairly recent release by CRKT. It is their Squid carbon fiber edition. So this came out, I guess this past week on Blade HQ, and initially there was some confusion over what the lock side was made of. So let's just clear that up right now. You can see there the designation of the knife ends in CFTI, and understandably Blade HQ thought that that meant that the knife was titanium, but it's actually stainless steel. And I'll get into that as we go on with the review. So let's jump right into the specifications. We have a 2 1/4 inch blade, and that is Sandvik steel 12C27. So probably comparable to maybe VG10 in edge retention, maybe 440C, something like that. We have a nice little drop point design with little, you can see the swedge up top. Fairly decent thick blade stock for a knife this length, definitely thicker blade stock. It's flat ground from about, I guess, 3/4 of the way. It has a nice working edge on there. You could probably shave hair off your arm. I know I have. It's not like a mirror polished, push cut through paper edge, but it's very serviceable for sure. CRKT has given the blade its black wash treatment, which is basically a stone wash over like I don't think that's acid stone wash. I would say it's probably like a coating that they put on there and then stone wash it to give it that distressed look. So the handle is 3.5 inches long. The show side here is carbon fiber, and the locking side, like I said, is stainless steel. I really don't mind the stainless steel construction. On a knife this size, you can see there it's nice and thin. Really, titanium wouldn't be saving you much weight at all on a knife this size, maybe 1/4 of an ounce tops. So the benefits of the stainless steel is that there's no period of adjustment while the titanium and the hardened steel blade kind of adjust to each other, like that break-in period where you get a little lock stick. You really get to skip that with a stainless steel lock. The locking side has also been given the black stone wash, as has the pocket clip, which is fairly deep carry. I mean, not all the way to the edge, but close enough where I'm happy to carry this in my waistband. And really, this is a perfect waistband knife. So you have 2.5 ounces, a non-threatening 2 1/4 inch blade, really comfortable in the hand with the finger choil and the blade ramp that has that jimping on it. The jimping isn't the greatest. I mean, it's not lock your finger in sharp or anything, but it gets the job done. For a knife this small, it's definitely preferable to have like the finger choil jimping combo. So good on them. This design is actually by a custom maker, Lucas Burnley. The CRKT picked up the design maybe a year ago, something like that, 1.5 years, and they started making the standard Squid, which was like all stainless steel, I believe. So I didn't really jump on it because I always imagined that this knife was a lot beefier and thicker than it is, and I'm really not a fan of small, thick knives. I think they really don't serve much of a purpose. If a knife's going to be small, make it small. Don't make it a chunk that's uncomfortable to carry and doesn't cut anything because the edge geometry is impossibly thick. I really just decided to get this version because it looked nice, and I figured I'd give it a shot, and I was pleasantly surprised by how thin the whole package is. I was also fairly pleasantly surprised by the fit and finish. The centering came spot on. There is no blade wiggle back and forth, forward or backward. The only really ding I can give this knife is that there's a little chip out of the back spacer. And I think this backspacer is like plastic. And it just serves as kind of like a lanyard tube type thing. But yeah, that's really the only thing I could find wrong with the knife, was that chip out of the backspacer, and everything else is pretty much perfect. Like I said, lockup is good, the action is nice and smooth, you can flick it out. I'm working on being able to do it with my... No, it's not gonna work. Anyways, I'm trying to get it to work with the opposing finger, but the knife is so small that it's hard to get a grip and actually flick that out. Another plus I would give this knife: very simple construction. You have 1, 2, 3 screws. That's it. The stop pin is press fit in, so that's not a screw you have to worry about. Overall, it's just a nice, small, very pocketable, or as I like to carry it, in the waistband knife. It's not threatening. Nobody's going to look at you twice when you pull this out to, you know, do whatever, open packages or, you know, cut food at a table. So I definitely think CRKT has a winner on their hands with this design. I'm happy I decided to go with the Squid, especially this carbon fiber version, being as light as it is, 2.5 ounces. And for 35 bucks, it's hard to go wrong. I have knives that are a lot more expensive that don't have the smoothness and the solid build that this does. So definitely worth checking out. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. That's about all I have to say about it. I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.